So here's Daphne holding up a photocopy of some photos of Stefan, and the top photo is Stefan, and the bottom photo second from the left is Stefan, and right on the right of that photo is Sir Robert Mathers, and a couple of other tennis champions you can see in the photo, and that's my darling little daughter Isabella, who did all the filming of the series. And it was such a great day.
Hi, this is Stefan Fancutt. Welcome to the Frew Park YouTube channel. Here we have this famous Stefan Racket from the Milton Tennis Centre. Look forward to telling you a story about that later on.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Peter O'Shea here from Frew Park YouTube channel, and we're here this morning in another one of the series of interviews with Daphne Fancutt. And our topic in this particular one is Steve Racket, or Stefan. Now, Daphne, you've got some interesting stories to tell us about Stefan, haven't you?
Well, I've known Stefan for a very long time. I think the first time I saw him was he swam out of the sea down at Scarborough. Something had happened to his boat, and I think that was him anyway. It's either him or King Lappy, but I think it was Stefan. Yep. But anyway, he has some great boats in the past, and when he used to race his boats, he'd come home and say, "Can I jump in the spar?" And he'd get in the spar and have a spar and have a bit of sleep. But he also played a lot of tennis at our place with a great fellow called Tim Winterer, and did a lot for tennis actually. He's always been very interested in tennis and been a great supporter of tennis.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to particularly talk about, because with the Stefan Racket going back into Frew Park, not many people will understand that it's more than symbolic of just a big racket. There's a whole history and story behind it. So if you can just tell us a little bit of your recollections of Stefan and his tennis playing career.
Oh, well, actually it was quite lovely, because there was another chappie called Pasquale, and he and Steve used to play. Yeah, and he and Steve used to play a match every year, and they'd put up $1,000. You know, testing my memory a bit here, but it's true. And always he used to come and have lessons because he wanted to beat Ralph, and Ralph was a pretty good tennis player. And one of the funniest ones they had one down here at the coast, but whoever won donated the money to a charity. So it was just such a beautiful thing. And here every year you knew what some charity was going to go into $1,000 from these two guys who had this lovely challenge all the time.
A little bit like Sir Robert and Stefan. They were pretty
very much so.
Aggressive with each other. Very much
so. Yes, that was exactly right. And Steve loves the contest. I mean, I think it's same in his golf. He always likes to play and have a bet as to whether he's going to win this hole or that hole or something or other. You know. But anyway, he was a very fine person in many ways, Stefan. And one time I remember I had a problem. And he's sitting at my kitchen table and he said, "What's wrong with you today? What's wrong with you, not yourself?" I said, "I've got a problem, a major problem, Steve." He said, "Well, that is amazing." And I said, "What do you mean it's amazing?" He said, "You of all people, you leave Australia on your own, you go around the world, you walk out on centre courts at Wimbledon and Paris and everywhere else, and you have to fight like you know what to win anything or to get anywhere. Nobody's helping you. And here you tell me you've got a problem." He said, "Why don't you look on this problem as a tennis match?" Well, I can tell you honestly, it is absolutely true, gospelly true, that changed my life. Because when I got up from the table, it was just like as you lifted the idol carrier off my shoulders. And I said, "Well, Steve, I'm down, I've lost a set and I'm down about 4-2 in the second. But we'll see who wins at third. I'm pretty good at doing third sets." And we won the third set.
Great story, and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll say good morning and thank you.
Thank you.
Stefan from the TV, I seen him on the TV there. As a fellow Queenslander down in Hobart, I walked up and said hello. We became great mates, and we started to coach him tennis, and he got very, very, very keen on the sport. And we had a great relationship. He's one of my best buddies while I played the tour. He encouraged me to the achievements of getting the Wimbledon that I did. I'll never forget one of the sayings he told me. He said, "Charlie, if you're green, you grow, and if you're right, you rock." And he said that, I remember him saying that right in our driveway of our tennis centre here. And so...
Hi, I'm Billy Lee Lam, and I hope you are enjoying these YouTube videos of the great Milton Tennis Centre.